Morning rituals. That is the topic for today's live, today's channel chat. But before I go into that, I am going to share the divine announcement. And that is, I have an amazing new offering that will be starting. It's starting. It's only one day. It's next Monday. And that is the Intentional Goddess. It is an immersive retreat workshop, 2-hour immersive retreat for the woman, the goddess female, who is wanting to live more intentionally, who is wanting to be an active participant in her life. No longer setting resolutions, but rather living an intention and aligning and tuning to that intention for this year. So that workshop is going to be on Monday, January 18th. You can click the link in my bio. I will be sharing more information about that throughout this week in my story. So excited to get that out because it's also the starting point of a new, even bigger creation, new, bigger offering that will be trickling out, rolling out over the next few weeks. So excited. Yeah. DM me if you have any questions. Click the link in bio to get more info and to join. Cannot wait to see you all next Monday for Intentional Goddess. All right. Let's flow into some morning ritual. Morning ritual chat. So why this came forward was, I know it has a lot to do with like the conditions around January being the new year, and so it's time to now it's time to realign. Now it's time to do the rituals. And really, you can do it at any time. You can reinvent yourself at any time. You can have the same energy that you have in January at any point if you want. So I know that this came forward because that's a big energy in the collective right now. And morning rituals are important. Morning routines are important because how you start your day is a ripple effect to the rest of your day. The first thoughts that come up in your mind can be an energy, an intention, an emotion forward to another part of your day. And so when you give to your spirit, when you give to yourself first thing before anything else, that's going to set in motion that the rest of your day, you won't have your inner child begging for attention. You won't have the feeling of feeling malnourished or literally emotionally unnourished. Because if you wake up and the first thing that you do is put your hands on your heart and say, I love you, Carolyn. You can say, I love you, Carolyn. I'll receive that too. But if you put your hands on your heart and you say, I love you in your name, you are instantly giving to yourself before anyone else. You are receiving from yourself before anyone else. And so what that will do is set in motion the energy of your day, right? And so that's why morning rituals are important. It's important to give to ourselves. It's important to feel and be an active participant of your life. Just like I was sharing about Intentional Goddess. It's important to live more intentionally because that is how you go into a space of consciousness of being a participant in life rather than life happening to you, right? So what I was sensing was there is this belief that the morning ritual, the ideal morning ritual, is meant to be wake up, meditation, after meditation, journal, affirmations, gratitude, workout, eat healthy. And all of that is great, fantastic. Do that morning ritual. I'm not saying not to. But what I'm saying is don't get stuck in that is how it has to be. because so-and-so does it, I have to do that too. You want to fine tune and understand what is your flow. What is your morning ritual? And not only what it is, but why is it? So for me, maybe like 3-ish years ago, I don't know, what year is it, 2021? Yeah, 4 years ago, about 4 years ago, I started to get a sense and a knowing that in order to fully show up and fully be in my truth, be my purpose, start my business, I had to meditate. I had to connect with spirit. I had to meditate and I had to stretch. I had to give my body some love because at the time I was a massage therapist. I had to walk my talk. And so I created a rigid, structured ritual that I had to do every single day just so that I knew the benefits of it. I ended up meditating for 30 days. I was in a women's group that supported that. And then from the 30 days, I ended up meditating for 365. And I just haven't stopped. Some days I didn't meditate and found, oh, no, that needs to be in there. So one of my non-negotiables is meditation. So within your morning ritual, what is a non-negotiable? Sometimes I don't look at my phone. There are times my phone comes in and that's just feedback for me now. If I'm going on my phone first thing in the morning, there's some feedback that's saying, what part of me is wanting to connect? What part of me is wanting to or disconnect from my own feelings? So look at your non-negotiables. Maybe think of 1 to 2 non-negotiables. So non-negotiable for me, I meditate every day. Hands down. And if I have challenges with my meditation or resistance to my meditation, I use that as feedback. What part of me is resisting? Is my inner child needing something? What am I scared of to look at or heal? It also can be feedback that something needs to shift. So using the phrase that came to me is inquire instead of shame. So when things come up, don't shame yourself that you don't want to meditate, or don't shame yourself that you didn't journal today. Inquire, why didn't I journal today? Let me go deeper. Tell me more, me, right? Let me know if any of this is resonating. I know some of you are going to be watching this later. Another way to connect with how your flow is. So the cookie cutter version is like seeing that it has to be this and there's only space for this. And I shared in my post, my cookie cutter, my ideal morning ritual is like 2.5 hours. It could even be 3 hours, truly. That's pretty unrealistic most days. But I give space for flow. I give space for my 45-minute meditation. And then I give space for, okay, maybe I walk later. Maybe I journal a little bit. Maybe all I do is meditation. When you understand what your ideal morning ritual is, allow the flow to happen. Maybe notice and see, oh, I like journaling, but I'd rather do it in the evening. Then let that be. Right? There's no right or wrong way. We're shown all of these things. We're shown all of these self-development stuff, all of these spiritual development stuff, self-help books, whatever. All of it is just information for you to take, digest, integrate, and create your own. So everything that I offer, everything that I share, I'm not telling you to do anything. Fucking keep doing your cookie cutter ritual. I don't care. If that works for you, do it. There was a point where having a structured, rigid ritual was crucial for me. I had to have it. And then I got to a point where I was like, oh wait, no, I need to be more in a flow. I need to be more in movement. I need to allow life to be and not feel like if I didn't do my ritual the way I cookie cut it, the world was going to end. So taking all of the nuggets, receiving what is right for you, testing it out, being a scientist, experimenting, And then fine tune what is right for you. By doing that, I promise you, you're going to create something that has never been done before. You're usually, for me, when I'm in that space, I receive things like specific ritual things that I've never seen anybody else do. I share them with my clients. Sometimes I'll share them on here. But that's how you get in tune to your flow and your divinity and what your spirit is saying, this is for you. Good shit. And this is why the Intentional Goddess workshop retreat next week is going to be awesome, because it's going to help you get in tuned with that intention so that you can be in that flow. So another piece I'm seeing to share is how does your how does the person that you want to be spend their mornings? This future self, maybe he or she is 2 months away, maybe 5 years away. How does she or he spend their mornings? Ask yourself that. This is how I got clear on how my mornings were spent. There was a point in my life where I didn't really live with intentions. I was more so, life was happening to me. I wasn't an active participant. And as I shifted into an active participant and living in more intention, I started seeing, well, who I want to be, she does A, B, C, and D. I'm not doing those things right now. How can I bring those into my life? How can I embody that version of myself that I am eventually going to become, but I'm only eventually going to become her if I start embodying her as I can in this moment. And this is a constant. I am constantly shedding and readjusting and fine-tuning, because that's fucking life. It's about the human experience. It's not about a destination. It's about moving in action. It's about moving and being in flow. So, I ask you this. How does the person you want to be spend their mornings? Okay. Think about that. I would love to hear comments. I would love to see these comments. I would love to know how this supports you, because that's going to help me fine tune and come forward with more information and the channeled chat for next week. Okay, the second question. How does he or she, this future version of you, the person that you want to become, the person that you want to be, that you will inevitably be as you live more intentionally. Ooh, good rhymes, love it. How does he or she respond when you might change course? So let me explain that further. If I set myself up to that I had to have my morning meditation, I had to journal, I had to do gratitude, I had to do affirmations, I had to do body movement. I no longer say working out. Any form of body movement works for me, and that's my way. If I didn't do one of those things, or if I didn't do all of those things, the future version of myself, who I am now, but before I wasn't, I used to shame myself all the time, would hold that space for compassion, would then inquire rather than shame. That's my version. I don't know what yours is, but that's what I'm asking is, how does this future version of you respond when you change course, when maybe you don't follow the plan that you set out? And wanting to add that, if your personality, if your ego, if your human form doesn't follow the plan that you set out, it doesn't mean that you're right or wrong, and it doesn't mean you are off the path. Because often our spirit wants us to go a little off course, because maybe it's time to heal something. Maybe it's time to feel a little uncomfortable. Maybe it's time to see and check in. Oh, can I be compassionate with myself? Oh, can I give myself grace for fucking things that are out of my control, or for being tired, for the world being crazy right now and I don't have the energy to show up even for myself today? Fuck, if you are able to give yourself compassion for not being able to show up even for yourself today, that's fucking showing up for yourself right there. Hands down. All right, y'all, this was a fun channeled chat. I would love to hear how this resonated for you, if things didn't resonate, if you have any further questions. Next week's channel chat, I may switch the time up. I'm kind of playing with what time I'm able to hold space for more people to connect live. I know I like connecting live and receiving live from my mentors. So if there's time frames that work for you, let me know that too. And more about the Intentional Goddess coming out. Can't wait. In the meantime, y'all, enjoy your Wednesday and tap into your divinity of peace for your mind, love for your body, and strength for your soul, because you are worthy, you matter, you're divine, you're beautiful, you're gracious. Okay, bye.